Just last month, we were able to book over 100 meetings for a business using Twitter alone. Twitter has seen a huge surge in popularity recently, with more and more businesses hopping on board and using Twitter as a lead generation platform. And so this is a huge opportunity if you want to generate more leads for your business. In this video, I'll be reviewing the exact Twitter marketing strategy that we're using so you can start converting more clients through Twitter. All right, so our Twitter marketing strategy is really made up of two separate columns that most people think are like complete opposites, but I honestly think they work together really, really well. So first one being having a brand, being seen as an authority. And then we also have outbound. First of all, building a brand on Twitter. If you are on Twitter at all, you know that there's like some huge brands that are probably booking calls left and right through inbound that don't even have to do any outbound. Now, for example, I can't imagine Alex Hormozi actually doing any cold outbound to get clients for acquisition.com, but that is solely because he's built a big brand to where he's just attracting his ICP. That can happen to you if you start building your brand, whether that be here on YouTube, whether that be on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Inbound leads will start flowing in. How do we actually make this happen? You don't necessarily need a big brand to actually start getting inbound. Like I have only 1,000 followers and we get a bunch of inbound every single day just because people see us as the guys that know how to get clients through Twitter outbound. For you to start building up this authority, what you want to do is you want to start small, right? Having a very, very clean profile on Twitter is honestly such a game changer. The first thing people notice when you send them a DM is your profile picture. So it is super, super important that you have a clean profile picture. My profile picture, honestly, it isn't very professional. Twitter isn't LinkedIn. Twitter doesn't have to be super professional. And so you don't necessarily need your Twitter profile picture to be a professionally taken photo. But what does matter is the fact that people can see you. Why? Because people like to resonate with other people. And so if the people see your face, they'll know what you look like. And then if people start looking at your brand or start looking you up somewhere else and you have the same profile picture, then people will recognize the profile picture and they will recognize your face. Secondly, you want to have a very, very clear banner. My banner, for example, is literally just all black and the Drippy logo. I feel like that just goes well with like myself. I just think it looks really clean. As long as it's something to do with what you're doing, I think you'll be fine. Now, your bio is a huge one. For example, here with myself, I just have exactly what I do. So done for you, Twitter, XDMs, and then Drippy. You just want to tell people what you do in just a couple sentences. If you can make it just one phrase, even better. The less amount of time it takes someone to read through your profile, the better. Now, the location, people typically use it to like point at the link, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. So here I have the link to my YouTube channel, and so you can do the same thing. A lot of people will point to like their newsletter link, or they will post to like their LinkedIn, or they will post to their website. All that helps. All that is really, really useful. Once you have like the top half of your profile looking clean, one thing that people don't necessarily look at too much is your follower to following ratio. You always want to be following less people than the amount of followers that you have. How do you start increasing your follower base? It just comes down to being consistent, posting at least 3 tweets per day and a couple threads per week. You want to just provide value and you want to show people that you know what you're talking about. The more results you can show on your Twitter, the better everything will be. Something that I've also started doing is every day before I log in, check in with the team very early on in the morning. I have a time slot specially dedicated just to doing interactions on Twitter. Well, you want to be following people that could be your potential clients, and then you always want to stay top of mind for them. And this is where your profile picture comes into play, because they'll start seeing your profile picture a ton. Now we're moving on to the second pillar, which is actually the outbound. Inbound is nice, but it just takes a very long time to actually start seeing traction. You can literally force your way into the marketplace through outbound. The first thing that you want to do is you want to start scraping leads. First of all, you want to find who your ICP is, or if you target a lot of people, who do you get the best results for, who typically end up staying with you the longest. That's who we should be going after here on Twitter. Then you want to start looking at where your ICP spends their time on Twitter. So essentially what that means is, who does your ICP follow? Who are the authorities in that space if that's not you already? You want to make a list of either 10 dream clients or 10 previous clients, and then you want to see and have a look at who they follow. Once you have a list of maybe like 10 to 20 people or 10 to 20 accounts that they follow, odds are other people just like them also follow those accounts. And so that's how we're going to start building out our lead list. There's a bunch of lead scraping tools out there. Before Twitter, we just prefer to go with Drippy.ai. So once you're inside, what you want to do is you want to hit find leads right here, and then it'll prompt you to add a new lead source. So we're going to hit new lead source. We're going to do lead scraper. And now this is what it'll prompt you with. Now is when you should pull up your list of accounts that your ICP follows. If you have your list already, you're just going to go to account source, and then you're going to plug in a link in here. And if we go and we open up our Twitter, let's hit home. Let's see who we can find. The Ops Kings. These guys are followed by a bunch of agencies. So we're going to go the Ops Kings, and then we're going to do followers and whoever they follow. Marketing Max 100%. We're going to add him. Why? Because if we go into his thing, sold my 7-figure ad agency, and so naturally a bunch of agency owners will follow Max. So we're going to add him as well. So we're going to do add both of them as lead sources. Okay. So essentially what this means is we're going to be reaching out to the people that they follow and the people that are following them. So here you can see how many potential leads we have. We have that list of 51,000 people that we can message. Now we're actually going to narrow that list down by adding a bunch of keywords. So what you want to do now is you want to go and look at who their followers are. So you want to go to their followers, and then you also want to open up a Google Sheet. You're going to add all the keywords that you find from people that follow them that you'd like to message. So for example, here we got landing page. We've got my dude Juan right here. He has an agency. So YouTube organic marketing, online entrepreneurs, helped. Okay. So helped, let's add helped is always a good one. Autopilot, people will always say autopilot. This is Ryan, emails, VSLs, funnels, email will probably be a good one. Just VSL, funnels, growing sales orgs, growing are probably a couple good ones. Adding is a great one. Adding. And then that one said revenue. So adding in revenue, brands. Essentially, you just want to go down through the list and then find what keywords your ICP has in their bio. You could just add them one by one, but I highly suggest you hit quick add. And then what you want to do is you want to go to sheets, then you want to add a comma, and you want to do equals concat. And then you want to select A2, comma, select the comma, and then it'll just autofill. And then what you can do is you can just copy this whole thing. You can paste that, and then you can just select, just always remove the last one, and then just add it in manually. Then you can hit add filter, and then you can add as many filters as you'd like. With our filters, now we only have 5,000 leads left, which is still a ton of leads. If you were doing email, this would have taken you freaking ages. Now we just hit next, and everything is in one platform, which is why we love Drippy. Now you just want to give it a name, and then once you have that, you can go ahead and hit save. Now that you have your leads, you actually want to start personalizing your messages. Now there's a bunch of ways that you can do this. You can do this manually. You can probably use ChatGPT. You can use a bunch of other tools. We just really like Drippy because like everything is just in one place. So you can just scrape and then automatically start an automation within the next 10 minutes to start sending. So what you can do, you're going to get a notification pop on your top left-hand corner. But if you miss that notification, what you can do is you can hit automation, and then you can hit new automation, and then you want to hit Cold DM 2.0. Once you have Cold DM 2.0, you just want to find the lead list that we just scraped, and it won't have all the leads depending on how much time has passed between when you scrape the leads or when you started the list and whenever you're setting up the automation. Now this is normal because the leads are being scraped in the background. So you want to just select that, and then you want to hit select generator type. Here we always go with script personalizer. Essentially the difference is AI generator. AI will just take care of everything, but I like having a little bit more control, so I like going with script personalizer. Then you want to hit configure message. Now a lot of people get confused here, so please listen up. This is where you want to introduce the AI, right? Because the idea is that we're going to be personalizing using AI. So you want to give it as much context on yourself, on your business, on your service as you can. It doesn't have to be very extensive. It just has to be very spot on. Let's say we're targeting marketing agencies and we're running this campaign for Drippy. Whenever you're personalizing, what you want to do is you want to think through what it is exactly that you want to personalize, and then you want to think through what prompts are going to get you that information. Okay, so let's just say we wanted to get their ICP, and then we also wanted to look at their service, right? So the service that our prospect provides. What I would do here is I would say hello, hi, first name, and then I would say, would you be interested if I could book you more calls with? So you can just hit custom personalization, and then you would delete this and insert your instructions. Identify who the prospect's ideal clients are and name their titles. Name 2, 3 of their titles. So that's for ICP. If you need more help with prompts, there's a link down below for you to join our free Slack community, or you can also use something like Prompt Perfect. Prompt Perfect works really well. Would you be interested if I could book you more calls with? And then it'll say like doctors, lawyers, and accountants who would be interested in, and then what we can do here, again, personalization in identify what service the prospect provides. Now we can hit generate. Something really quick is you want to make sure you have GPT-4 selected, and then you also want to make sure you have AI creativity set to 1.3, split messages turned on, include website context turned on with all websites, include tweet context turned on with all recent tweets. And so now what it'll give us is, hey, would you be interested if I could book you more calls with e-commerce businesses and digital marketing directors who are in the market for creating mobile applications? Now that is a good one, right? And again, this is like super quick. Within 10 minutes, you can scrape leads and you can make these hyper personalized messages, and your prompts don't even need to be that good. And so once we have that and you have your settings set up correctly, then you want to hit next. You can add more variants. Okay, so you can do A/B test, right, between different variants. That's essentially what this is right here. For now, we're just going to skip yes, and then you can add as many follow-ups as you would like. The idea of a follow-up is just to get people to reply to your main message. And something to keep in mind is that you don't want to add variables to your follows because they won't look good on Drippy. Just make them super straightforward. We can do something like, let's say we had a freebie that was like free leads, so it would be like free leads and then anything to kind of get their curiosity going to then have them reply to the message, and you can start your automation. So just name the automation. So depending on what script you're running, you can do like 1B, 1C, 1D, so you know exactly what this is. And this will be really key for optimizing, which we're going to get into here shortly. So 1C, right? And then we can talk the campaign name, and then we just do the date. And then for most of these, you want to start off anywhere between 6 and 10 messages per hour. You want to skip previously contacted. You want to have auto like turned off, do not contact list turned on, AI language check. In our experience, or typically campaigns we run, we just target English speaking markets, so we turn that on. Activity check, this depending on the niche works really well, so it'll just message people that have been active within the last however many days you select. AI location check, so we're only messaging people here that are in Canada, the UK, US, and then UAE, the account right here. After that, you can just hit start automation, and then you're going to be on your way, and then we can actually get going with sending messages. Now, once you're sending messages, how are you going to optimize? You're going to hit automations again, and then we are going to select whatever account you're using. When it comes to optimizing, Drippy has a built-in feature where you can check exactly what's going on. This will allow you to see how many messages you're sending compared to your replies. And then here you'll see the replies that you've gotten, your reply rate, messages sent, and then credit usage. Here, we've used a lot more credits than actually messages that have been sent out because of the type of messages that we're sending. And so I'll just give you a quick sneak peek. So this is the message we're sending. Again, it's really similar to the one that I just showed you how to make. And then our follow-up is just 1,000 free leads, right? And then down here, we have show advanced settings. So that literally exactly what I showed you is what we're running. And so what you want to do is you want to always keep track of everything. So we're working on a really cool CRM, but for now, you just want to make sure that you have some sort of lead list. And with this tracker, you'll be able to just keep track of everyone that has replied positively to your messages. Now, Drippy will give you the exact replies, reply rate, and messages sent. But if you want to keep track, and again, this is changing very soon, but if you want to keep track of everything, you can just go ahead and use this tracker, and it'll be super easy. You just have to paste their link, their website status. So you can do like book, you sent a Loom, you need to record a Loom, you close them, if you added price or not on the Loom, if you booked them, if you didn't book them, if they showed, if they didn't show, if they closed, didn't close, etc. If you've been doing your follow-ups or not. So this is really key. Again, we'll leave a link to this down below in the description, and then Drippy will allow you to see the reply rates. Now, for reply rates, what you want to keep an eye on is if it is anywhere below 1%, you want to kill it off immediately. Between 1 and 3, you want to let it go a little bit longer just to see it goes above the 3. Now, we're talking about cold traffic. Anywhere above 3% to cold traffic is good. Anywhere above 5 is beautiful. You should increase the volume because you found a winner. Now, if you're sending to warm traffic or people that are already following you, having anywhere under 5% would be horrendous. That is the best Twitter marketing strategy out there. You want to combine outbound with inbound to make a lead generation machine out of Twitter. Now, if you're interested in checking out Drippy to book more sales calls for your business, click the sign up link below and you can get 1,000 free leads. If you want us to take care of your outreach, click the Calendly link below to book a call with me directly. We will get you sorted, and for a limited time we have a pay on results offer, so feel free to check that out. Twitter outreach is a very underused marketing strategy, but it can drive a ton of results for your business. We were even able to book 160 meetings for one of our clients within just 30 days. And if you want to learn how we did that, just click the link on screen and I will walk you through everything. Please let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up on Twitter, join our Slack community so you can join our weekly coaching calls for completely free. Appreciate you for watching, and we will speak soon. Peace.